Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Monday to you.
How is everybody this morning?
So, this morning I got dressed and I come outside in the kitchen feeling confident, feeling like I liked my clothes. Christie's like, you can't wear that. And I'm like, why? Well, you'll look really gay. I'm like, what? She says, I am so glad that I am here to stop you from wearing this. Because apparently she's saying, I came out looking really fresh. And it hurt a little. And then she's
He
like,
was
but look
wearing
at,
purple and blue
she's like,
together.
but look at my dress. I look hot, right?
I do. This is a dress that I picked up with Jolene. My favorite part is the back. It has a built-in bra, so I don't have to worry about all that kind of stuff.
Good morning, Pat. I wish I was wearing my purple shirt, but Christy said no. Not with the bright blue shorts that I'm wearing.
Okay, back up. Show them. Okay, I like the shorts. They're kind of a baby blue. But with the purple top, he looked a little flaming.
Yes.
saying.
Good morning from beautiful Lake Travis, Kirk, to you. So here is what I'd like to do today. The other day we were at Kayla's birthday party. Kayla, Canadian. And there was people from all over the world there. So I said we should give her the bumps. And there's many people that are like,
Well, she looked mildly horrified.
she
First
kind
of
of
all,
did. Good morning, Jim. And they had no idea what the bumps were because in the United States of America, they don't do the bumps. So, what crazy things does one do where you are for your birthday? Or
Good morning,
did
Jim.
or did his children? Good morning, Kathy from Vancouver. I mean, I remember getting money in our cake, and that also I think is uniquely Canadian.
We talked about that already.
Yeah, it's just that they wrap it in.
Either tinfoil or wax paper.
It is absolutely disgusting because they never cleaned the money. Like, no mother is just like, using my chlorine,
How do you know?
cleaning my quarters.
How do you know?
I never saw it. And
Did you watch them bake the cake when you went to a birthday
Well,
party?
when you're baking the cake, you're sort of kind of cleaning the money, but it's not like they've cleaned the money. It's just denatured
You're not supposed
dirt.
to eat the money.
I'm just saying, you put it in your mouth, it's disgusting. So, who did what for your birthdays? Please comment. We want to see what crazy traditions you had as a child, as an adult, and we just want to see what you did. Because this show is meant to educate people on the cultures of the world.
Is that really what
No.
it's supposed to be for?
It is a show about nothing and sometimes Mexican life. So I just want to find out what people did. So what did you do as a child? Did you have a special cake, a special thing? Okay, so tell me.
I used to get angel food cakes with whipping cream and raspberries.
It sounds like a very light cake.
It was my favorite.
Now, did your mom put money in there? Do you remember that as a child?
I don't remember it. I think on the very rare occasion, but I think for the most part, no.
All right. And how does the money
Sheila.
stay suspended in all of that? Because you figure it should sink to the bottom. But I think I remember getting stuff in the middle of cakes, etc.
Were they layer cakes?
That is a great question. That is a fantastic question. So please write what you've done. So anybody saying anything here?
Not yet.
What the heck, guys? We really want to know what special traditions happened in your birthdays or happened. Did you get the bumps? Did you need to see a chiropractor after you got the bumps? Were the bumps recommended by chiropractors?
Probably not.
Same as the cake. Was it recommended by dentists?
Always. Birthday cakes are special. There's no cavities in birthday cakes.
It was a dentist that told us, the coffee's really good today, by the way, even though I think it might be bad coffee because you're like, I'm not spending money on expensive coffee when I can't taste anything. But I think where was I going? What was I just chatting about?
Dentists.
Oh, dentists. No, it was the dentists with Zach because we did not know our son was tongue-tied. Oh, no, it was Spencer that was tongue-tied. Oh gosh, I remember one time we took Zach to the dentist. He had to have his teeth removed because we gave him
Apple juice at
Apple
night.
juice. It was a terrible thing. So the dentist is like, "Do you know his upper teeth are gone?" And we're like, "No." So we look and it's like, ah! So they had to be pulled. And in order for them to be pulled, he had to be wrapped in like a fishing net and drugged. And Christie, because he's like, ball on the wall. Christie's like, and I'm like, my
Horrible.
son is high. This is really cool. So
It
we
was
had
horrible.
different experiences as to
That's because I'm a good mother. You suck.
as a mother, yes. So what did you do for your birthdays? Help us out. And if you are writing something, scream and yell because we're not seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you looking on everything?
Well, I'm looking on the 3 I always look on. This has the 2, and I have the rest. And
All right. Well, you don't want to talk about it. Maybe it was so traumatic that they don't want to talk about it.
maybe.
We played a game called Ugly Kid, and I always won. Nothing wrong with it. What are you laughing at?
You still win in that game.
Sorry. Is there something here? No, but the coffee really is good. She is adding a bit of cinnamon. Now, do you add cinnamon powder? Cinnamon
I add
stick?
cinnamon sticks.
And then it just kind of
grinds
chews it up.
Yeah.
Mm.
Cinnamon's good for your heart, you told me. So
Yeah, well,
and it tastes good in the coffee.
I'm taking
That I can taste.
I'm taking Sinsulin, which I found in the United States, and it's supposed to be 10 times more potent than cinnamon, and it's supposed to bring your blood sugar down because obviously I've got a blood sugar issue.
It's got more issues than that. Just saying.
That's kind of true. Now, the blood sugar, too. I mean, I'm still losing weight from coming back. It is so weird to eat in what I feel is excessively, but I'm still losing weight.
But we're not eating excessively because we're only eating in a small window. That's why intermittent fasting is magic.
Yeah, I don't know. It's never worked like that for me before. I don't know why I'm talking like that, but it's like I'm talking and singing at the same time. So what can we tell these folks today? Because obviously they do not want to share anything.
They don't want to talk about their birthdays. Okay, well, we have a fairly busy week we are heading into a fairly busy week.
So many Canadians and Americans coming here to buy. Friends of ours that we've loved dearly for many, many years. Their son, their youngest son, he moved to Mexico. And he's living.
And now they're asking the right questions.
Yeah.
Mommy and daddy.
We love that they're asking the right questions. Because, guys, there is not a single flippin' moment that we have ever regretted moving here. And it's been over 18 years.
So I had my first Spanish lesson in a bit this morning. Because, of course, we were gone and stuff like that. So I didn't do any last week at all. Even the Thursday that we were home, I just said, you know what? I just need to get home, get settled, and we'll start again. So started today. And we were talking about Christmas. She's, trying to get me to speak in Spanish. That's always fun.
Hi, Sherry. Thank you. We'll meet you next week also.
Why is that showing up on there and here? I'm on Elements Realty Group, not...
Hello, Kevin. Good morning to you.
John.
So we were asking people what their favorite birthday traditions are.
I might have missed some, so give me a second.
Their favorite birthday traditions.
Oh, Jolene, I just saw a picture you posted. Beautiful. Look how cute she is.
See how she gets distracted in a thousandth of a second.
I'm trying to...
I'm going to look for something, but oh my gosh, all of the visual clues and things that I'm seeing.
There we go. Oh my goodness, I have missed a ton. So, Marie, good morning. Sheila, good morning. Stunning, thank you. I'm assuming you meant my dress.
Or maybe she meant me.
I love the dress. No. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Karen from a drizzly England. Good morning, Karina. We will have a very good beginning of the month. My mom made a party for me when I was a kid. I think it was mostly for
Who said that?
Karina.
Karina,
my mom
thank
made
you.
parties for me when I was a kid. I think it was mostly for her than for me. She says it was always a big cake, vanilla and chocolate, lots of candy. And again, I think it was a party more for my mom. That's awesome.
So Kathy says, let me know how the Spanish lessons go. I would like to learn sometime. So we were chatting. I was saying to Christie,
In English.
we should get a Margaritaville machine for our office or an expensive blender that truly blends ice. And then one of, I think it was Liz, said, once a week you should do conversational Spanish at the new office.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be a good
And
idea.
then Shirley had a good idea also. She said, even if we don't do actual true conversational Spanish, let's learn how to use a word, like a word of a day kind of thing. So I think that's what we will do come probably after Christmas. So we are going, if anybody has a Margaritaville machine here in Mexico that they're not using, let me know because we'd probably buy it off you. Otherwise, I'm going to have to look into getting one here.
Yesterday, we went to the pool club at Binayar, and we played the Mexico Loteria.
Yeah.
That was very fun. And
that would be another fun thing to do for Spanish lessons.
To learn words.
To learn words,
It's great for vocabulary. Now, you can do the word in Spanish. They're trademarked images. I did not know that. You can do the word in English, and you can also go by the number because it has the number as well.
What language does Margarita speak? It speaks tequila. Good morning, Lynn. And Jolene says she celebrates her birthday now for the entire month. Yes, when we get to a certain age, it's at least a month celebration.
When we were starting this today, I'm watching the second. It was 30, 29, 28. And I'm like, holy crap, time is going so fast. Because I remember as a child growing up, it would go per second. And now it's like, it's just so
like
fast.
A real second.
It's like so fast how time goes now. So I hope it's not going faster, but I think there's less years on the front than there is on the back. So maybe it just accelerates and it becomes like, hang on, Timmy.
Maybe you're just a drama queen.
Could be.
I'm having yummy, 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 delicious coffee.
I had yummy, delicious coffee also with cinnamon in it.
And Shirley, Karina says it's a good idea. And then she wants to give big thanks to Shirley for her coffee. Excellent. We do know that Karina likes her coffee.
Yeah.
Larry said a blender versus a margarita machine. That's what I'm kind of wondering.
Yeah, because your cousin has the margarita machine and it takes
and it's
so long.
Slow
it's so
and
loud.
noisy.
And I mean, we can get a fast. Let's just get flipping the blender at Costco, the one that's not the Blend Tech. Our Blend Tech has been damaged since the moment we got it. We never brought it back. And it's just a little off kilter. So when it goes, eventually it starts grinding.
They also have those
weird
ninjas that are really supposed to be good.
The ninjas are cool looking. They really are. But I think the other one, though, when you have that thing that you can plunger from the top where you can push around.
Well, the nice thing is the Ninja has a lot of accessories. So we'll have to take a look at both and see. I don't think I saw not a Blend Tech. What is it called? What is the other one called?
It starts with a V, I believe.
Vitamix.
But they also have, you can buy online also from Costco.
You do pay a premium for that because shipping is free.
Wow. You pay a premium because the shipping is free, even though you're buying from Costco directly. Now, interesting. I think
sometimes it's substantially more.
I think I've told you this, guys, that when I worked at Costco Price Club merged, and the director of marketing for all of Canada said, we let Price Club have the online selling because we really don't think people are going to use that internet to buy anything.
Yeah.
And now they buy cars online. They buy funeral crap online because we know somebody who owns Canada's largest online
houses
funerary
online.
Yes, they've bought houses online. So
yeah, Jolene says they have a margarita machine. So you guys are recommending a good blender over the margarita machine. It's good to know.
When it goes fast enough, it really makes that ice very like a slushy almost.
Which is what we want.
Or we can get a slushy machine and just like in Texas at the state fair. That actually is a fantastical idea. Right?
And just have it go.
Yes.
I'm not sure that would be good because it takes a while to get it slushy, so it would have to be on all the time.
Do you see a problem with that?
For my liver, yeah.
Well, good morning. having me a margarita for Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's Friday. We'll not have a margarita.
She likes that idea.
We'll have two. Who?
Jolene.
Thank you, Jolene. I do like that idea. And you can get those in Mexico. That's not a problem because people have. It's better than coffee, Steven says.
Well, it does start your morning
Or
off,
Kevin
right?
says. Kevin says,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, it does. And I really don't think that would be better for Christie.
They are expensive, she said.
Oh, yeah, we get that. Hey, we've got money.
We might. She's moving to Mexico for sure now. We might have to get two. One to do frappes and one to do margaritas. So we start with the frappe and go to the margarita.
Yeah, you don't want to just go right into alcohol first thing. You want to start, you want your caffeine first, then make your liver happy. Yeah. Hey, it's 5 o'clock all the time. Thank you, Kirk. It is.
Somewhere. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Now, that leads to an interesting question. What type of tequila? Because if we have a big machine, that's a lot of tequila. Do we go just and buy from a barrel? Do I make it? That is a very interesting question.
Well, yeah, because even the Kirkland tequila has gone up substantially. Even they're clear, so they're silver.
How much is it now?
I think $4.50.
It's still 22. Yeah, we can do that.
But how much would it take, and how long will it last?
Who here has ever worked with a Slurpee machine and knows how many liters or gallons or ounces?
I imagine there's different sizes, babe. So then the other thing is when Mega and all these places put their tequilas on sale, because Humidor is another good one. That is a nice mild one for in tequila mixes.
Well, when we were at Buc-ee's,
Jolene said to make it.
When we were at Buc-ee's, Buc-ee's had over 80, 90 different soda dispensers. And under the icy, they had at least 20.
I don't know. I didn't get one.
20? Sorry. Don't get mad at me. I had me a pastrami sandwich. And somebody on Facebook says when they go back to Buc-ee's, they are getting a pastrami sandwich now.
I remember them saying that.
So
I don't remember who it was.
I do like that. Thank you so much. That pastrami sandwich really was flipping awesome.
I have to take his word for it because my taste buds aren't working. I'm really getting upset about this.
Then why do you keep eating crap? You should just stick with the basics, vegetables. Because if you can't taste them anyways.
Shut up.
I'm just saying.
So am I.
She's like, up. I still want good food. I still want good alcohol. I can't taste it, but I want it.
I'm drinking the cheap wine right now.
Are you? Well, when we got home, we saw one of the bottles that was out here. She's like, this is expensive wine. So, yeah, it was like, how much is it
in
here?
The garbage.
Oh, but how much is it here in Mexico?
Microgreens.
How much? Okay, let's talk about that. How much is wine in Mexico? Where do you start?
It varies.
You can get
wine from. You can get a decent table wine for like 120 pesos.
That would be American.
The Chilean wines are actually pretty good. And I only drink red. I cannot speak to white at all because I do not like white coffee.
She doesn't like white coffee.
I don't like white coffee either.
She doesn't
I don't
like
white chocolate. I don't like white wine, and I don't like white coffee. I don't know what white coffee would be. I guess even putting cream in my coffee, I don't do that.
No, not at all.
Yeah, the closest I get to putting cream in my coffee is at Christmas time when I put Bailey's in my coffee.
Let's jump back and talk about wine.
Wine. But so you can spend anywhere from 150 pesos or 120 pesos all the way up to 1,000 and above, depending on what you are. Now, Costco.
Leslie says Chilean whites are good. We'll have to take your word for that because she doesn't drink white wine.
We make Sherry laugh.
Oh, thanks, Sherry. Appreciate that. White wines. You're talking wines. The price.
No, I'm not talking white wines.
No, you're talking wines in general.
I know. I'm just trying to think of. One of my favorite wines is, I really like anything Casa Madero, but they are more expensive. That is probably one of the higher end Mexican wine.
Now, I'm going to just jump back in time just a second and say, I believe I said, where does it start? Immediately, she heads for Casa Madero. It's kind of costly. No, I said, I want to know where the
I
cheap.
said 120 pesos.
What is that going to get you?
A bottle of red Chilean wine.
What
Either
brand?
any of the like reservadas or
When we moved to Mexico,
Viña Maepo. Like there's a bunch of those that are kind of I would consider it just a table wine. It's not a wine that I would have with a good steak or something like that.
now
It is.
Don Simon, it's better than that.
Oh, sorry.
If you Don Simon, whatever, Don Simon. We saw that it was 30 pesos when we moved to Mexico.
It's
Now,
not much more now.
It isn't. I mean, it would probably be 60 pesos, but it was 30 pesos. That's what the peso was worth in those days. And it would go bad so fast. It would taste bad so fast. And we used it for target practice. So we would take full bottles of wine, line them up, and shoot them with an air rifle, not a real gun.
I was told by somebody that I should buy it and buy a lot of it because, sometimes these stores don't carry it for very long and sometimes they're out. So if you want to make sure you have wine with you all the time. So first of all, you cannot really stock up on wines unless you have somewhere to keep it cool. Okay, that's first and foremost because it just gets too hot here. Second of all, don't ever stock up. There are people that like the Don Simon. It's a little sweet for me. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I wish you wouldn't have brought that up because it's just not
Well,
right.
with Don Simon, you can use cheap wine and extract alcohol from it. So maybe we should make a brandy or
It's not
something.
worth it. But yeah, and I mean, you go to Costco, and lots of times Costco will have wine on sale, and you can buy a box of 6 of them.
Costco's like Disneyland for alcohol now.
They do have a very good selection. Costco has a good selection. And Costco has some nice high-end wines too. And liquors. I mean, we were talking to a friend of ours. There's a new bar that's opened up and they're trying to do more of the premium liquors in their drinks. And, they're having trouble finding like Crown Royal, for instance, which is typically hard to find. So I'm like, I bought a bottle not that long ago at Chedraui. They had a whole bunch of them. And he's like, I didn't see it there. And I'm like, oh, well, maybe you just weren't looking in the right place.
So somebody is buying up all the Canadian Crown or Crown Royal or whatever the hell it's called.
Crown Royal. Probably some of these bars that want to serve it. And when they see it, they want to buy it. Anyways, they didn't have any. They did have a weed whacker, though, so that's good.
Check out Splash Wines online. Is it a Mexican wine? If it is, that's interesting. Splash Wines.
Now, I have to say that no liquor store that we have here compares
Oh, what's that one in Dallas that we saw?
to wine.
What's the name, Jolene? Total Wines?
Total Wines.
Total Wines. Holy crap. It's like you're walking into a Costco, a smaller Costco, but all alcohol.
Well, and they did have accessories and stuff too, but yeah.
Yeah, because you need something to drink with.
Yeah.
Like a cup.
Oh, one thing I did get, now I don't remember where I put it.
The skull?
Yeah.
Oh,
I put it on the shelf, yeah.
So go grab that. That's interesting.
Okay.
So she likes the celebrity stuff.
I know, I want to try the celebrity
But we
stuff.
did not try the Aviator or Aviation Gin that belongs to Ryan Reynolds.
No, so I forgot what it was, and then we didn't go back to the liquor store.
And we love Ryan Reynolds. He's a funny Canadian.
Well, we find him funny. I don't think I love him, but I find him funny.
Oh, I love him.
So this is called Crystal, I think. There's no
Skull. Crystal Skull.
Crystal Head.
Okay.
Crystal Head. And I just got their little, even this though was $7 for this.
That's 140 pesos.
I know, but it's a drink. Maybe 2.
Why are you angry at me? Like, all you have to say is the wrong thing and
But yeah, so I wasn't going to buy the whole one, and they have different versions of them.
So who makes that?
Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd. That's right. He does make that.
So I will eventually try it and taste it. It's a vodka, obviously. I did also buy, and that's the nice thing about the States too, because you don't have to always buy a full size bottle.
You're always looking at yourself.
You can buy a smaller one. So I got a smaller one of the Terramona.
She never let me try any of that, except one time she's like, "Oh, you've got to try this," and
I didn't open it. It's in the. It's a full size. Well, like a not a full size bottle. Probably a 350 ml. So that's nice about.
So Kevin is saying those skulls
yeah.
go for like $120 for 26 in Alberta.
Yeah, I
so
can't
you're still
remember.
at $5 Canadian, I'm guessing, and that was $7 American. So it sounds to me like that's pretty awesome in Canada.
$120 for a 26 ounce.
What, 26 ounce? Okay, yeah, that's right. I remember I did not drink until just a few years ago.
Yeah, no, this, does it say 50 mils? Yeah, so this is 50 mil bottle of it. And
that's
I
probably
think
2 ounces.
I think they were, depending on the one that you get, it was like $75, I think, for a full-sized head. But then they had other versions of it and different skulls. So some of the skulls that they used, if it was a different kind of glass, they actually charged you more for that, which I thought was interesting.
Now, did you get the alcohol that The Rock makes?
That's the tequila I was talking about that you said I drank it all.
Did you drink it?
Punch him. I haven't even opened it. I just said.
I thought you were talking about wine. I never know what she's talking about.
What wine?
I don't know. I have no idea. She's mad at me, guys.
Well, I don't know what he's talking about. He's making shit up.
I'm not making anything up.
I did bring a bottle of wine home.
Okay.
I brought, and it's still in the refrigerator. Mm-hmm. It is a bottle of...
So if
their Cabernet version of it. If
you guys know where you can get a half-ton AC unit that is a mini split, we would love that. We may have to just get the 1K. I don't want to be running all that AC. Like, it's a big, powerful unit.
Honey, they don't sell half-ton ones. Only in window mounts. You.
She's mad about you. Kirk, I wish. I really, really wish. She started the day off going, well, you're not wearing that. And you can go back and hear exactly what happened if you haven't heard that. But then she's like, but how do I look? I look damn good.
No, I didn't say how do I look. I just said I look damn good.
Yeah. And she did say, this is why I hate leaving you, because I'm afraid you're going to go out looking like a freaking
public
flamer. So I have no idea.
Okay, so
all the boys like me.
They do.
They do.
I told him he'd get a date if he went out like that.
I could.
Yeah. So we're going to head to the office in a bit here. We still have, so on Saturday, I guess, they came and they fixed our doors. So now they can lock and they're straight door, and they lock.
Did they do the handle?
Not that I know of. Okay. So that will be, they'll have to come back. I haven't paid them yet. They were going to send me an invoice. So, because I can get a factura for that. So I want that handle put on, because obviously we need to have a handle. We only have one.
You do? I mean, you don't really need a handle, because you could just open one, slide the other.
Well, then there has to be something to block that so it doesn't look like there's a handle missing. Because it's got the holes and stuff.
There is a handle missing.
Yeah, there is a handle missing. You can see that there... Oh, you should show Kirk your hat you got. I forgot that he's a Dallas guy. And he got a Chiefs hat.
Well, I mean, the person who we were staying with is a Chiefs fan, and I was not going to insult him. And it was only $10. It is so weird, the pricing in Dallas. Like, here to buy a ball cap, you're looking at about 150 pesos. Now, is it licensed? Don't know. Up there, it is licensed. And
Does it matter for us? No.
It was $25 for a ball cap up there. So when I saw this one for $10, I'm like, I'm getting this. Because it wasn't for the last Super Bowl. It was the previous Super Bowl. And thanks for bringing me to that store, Larry. It's a great store. It's called Rally Sports or Rally Team, something like that. and they have all of the Texas teams on the outside, and they've got little teeny spots for teams in the
They
middle.
brought us to some fun stores. The World Market that was right next door was cool too.
Yeah. It's a very interesting place. I saw a great table and chairs. It was almost like a picnic table, but it had metal hinges and the chairs swung out or swung in. I liked that a lot. Like it was really cool. There was no back on the chairs, but I got some 3D photos. So we are going to do the 3D this week at some point when I figure out how to go live with it,
Right.
because I think that is going to be fun. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be able to like zoom around and see our house. So it'll probably have to be.
Right, he's on Austin, not Dallas, but he is a diehard
Not
Cowboys
Dallas,
fan.
Austin, but I am a diehard Cowboys fan. Well, thanks for that.
I forgot that, Kirk. I apologize.
Yeah, I do love Dallas. We watched the making of a movie on Netflix yesterday, RoboCop. RoboCop was filmed in Dallas at the downtown center where the government crap happens. And it was awesome. So they would show the scene and show where it is, show the scene, show where it is. If you have not seen how it's made, or the movies the movies that made us, they're on season 3, and in Netflix, it's great. I mean, they've got lots of great movies. This season, they threw a lot of horrors in, and I mean, even Aliens, which I never really considered a horror. Eric did consider it a horror, and they have Aliens and Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween and one other horror movie, and then 2 or 3 other ones.
Yeah, I don't do horror movies either, so I don't care. That movie did not make me because I didn't watch them.
Which one?
Any of those horror movies.
Well, I didn't watch those. So, okay.
You watched Alien.
Oh, I did, but I didn't watch the making of.
Oh, I know, but I'm just
RoboCop was interesting. The guy who wrote RoboCop, well, it was 2 writers, but the guy who started, he used to read scripts. And then for fun, he was working at the movie set for Blade Runner.
Mm-hmm.
And while he was creating garbage on Blade Runner, he had this idea.
Creating garbage, like literally.
He was creating garbage. That was his job.
Yeah.
So then he's like, well, what if I did this and that? And he had this idea. And he would talk to folks and say, hey, what about this and that?
Don't ruin the show for them.
No, it was really cool. So the guy who wrote this then he became, because he did risky business. He's the guy who read the script. He was a script reader as a young student. At 25 years old, they made him an executive at this movie at Paramount. 25 years old, executive. Like, that's crazy. Then he writes RoboCop. So I just thought it was a great story. And I mean, most of those stories are great. If you don't know the story of Rocky, Sylvester Stallone in his 70s, he's a gajillionaire. And a gajillion is a real number. It's just many, many more zeros than I have in my bank account. And he's got, I think, 4 kids. But his story is fantastic because he wrote Rocky. He wrote it. And he would give it to these people. They're like, this is amazing. We can cast so-and-so as the lead. And he's like, no, I want to be the guy.
Don't do that.
And eventually he had to take a cut in pay to become that guy because they eventually wanted it. And the rest, as they say, is history. He's Rambo. No, was he Sylvester Stallone? Who's Rambo? Sylvester Stallone was Rambo?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a gajillionaire now.
Okay.
He's a smart man. He's a very, very smart man.
He is. And we're going to be smart and say goodbye because we have to get back to work.
Hey, I got to go back to work, yeah.
Thank you for joining us this morning, and we will chat soon.
I heard Mark's is closing. It is. We will say goodbye, though.